What's going on, everybody? And in this video today, we are going to talk about the CPC method, what this is, and how you can reach 5-figure months or a 6-figure or multiple 6-figure years using organic methods, implementing the CPC method. All right. Before I dive into this, let me just check out my phone if I'm live and if this is actually working. Okay. Give me 1 second, bear with me. That looks really good. Yep, I can hear myself. Awesome, awesome. Give me a hashtag live if you're watching live, and definitely give me a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Would really love to know who is around and who would love to learn how to get to 5 or 6-figure months using 5-figure months, 6-figure years using the CPC method. All right, awesome. So this is going to be just a very quick video. Say hi, don't be shy, whoever's watching. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I see people are watching there. Comment in the chat below. And yeah, so CPC method. It's my unique method, which I teach to my students, which I build a 6-figure business on, which I believe is the best way how to connect with people, how to identify their problems, and how to convert them from followers into paying customers. Okay, so there's loads of thoughts people have, coaches, new course creators, and things like that have around how do I even connect with the right audience, like especially when you're just beginning, right? How do I even put myself out there? I don't have the confidence yet, and why should people listen to me as a brand new coach? And let me tell you, it's not actually just as a brand new coach. In every single level, in every single stage you're at in your business, people have confidence issues or imposter syndrome, what we like to call it, right? And think, why would people buy from me if there is so many other people doing the thing, right? Have you ever had that thought yourself? So yeah, that's what we teach, the connect, problem, and convert strategy, CPC, okay? Keep this in mind at all times. Connect, the problem here is the problem course creators have. They don't know how to connect with the audience. They don't know on what platform to connect with the audience. They don't know what to say in Messenger. They don't know how to connect with on other platforms, maybe like YouTube videos or live videos or podcasts, things like that. See someone tuning in. Let me see on my phone your name so I can say hi as well. Kelly, it's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in from Pennsylvania. Awesome, awesome. Everyone else, let me know in the chat below where you're tuning in from. Pennsylvania is good, so that should be your 9:47 a.m., right? So I'm trying to match it. I'm trying to match my lives with Asia, with America. So I'm in Asia, so Australia can catch me, and America can catch me too. That's the goal of the times when I go live over here. And then hopefully Europe watches the replays once I send them out on the email. Awesome. Great, great, great. So for those who are tuning in right now, I'm introducing my unique CPC method, which I teach to all my students, and that enables you to get to 5-figure months or multiple 6-figure years using organic methods. All right. So CPC stands for connect, problem, and convert. Right. So back to the connection part, you need to be able to connect with your audience in certain ways and certain platforms, and you need to learn how to do that in a specific platform. There's different ways how you can do it in DMs, on Facebook, or in Instagram, on podcasts, on live videos, and things like that, right? What I don't teach is cold outreach, right? It's just simply because I don't like it, and it comes across a bit sleazy. There's so many more amazing strategies you can implement in your business, which are not cold outreach. Because think back when someone reaches out to you cold, how did that make you feel? It's like, who's this person? What does this person want, right? What we do instead, I teach my students in a way that the audience comes to them and wants the coach to reach out, and they raise their hand and say, hey, I really want to talk to you. Can we get on a call? Can we chat on Messenger? Whatever it is, whatever the medium is, they then prefer is so much better for conversion as well, right? It's kind of like running after people or people running after you? Which one is better? Of course, when people come to you and ask you, hey, can I have this thing? Can you help me with this thing? And so on and so on. So that's the connection part, which you really need to master, I believe, in order to have a business, in order to build a business that feels really good, right? So you want to start enjoying the activities you do every single day. And yeah, I think through the connection part, it really, really helps to enjoy those activities, those money-making activities. You start to enjoy them a lot more, right? And the rejection you get through that is a lot less as well than the rejection you get through cold outreaches, for example. Hi, Safria, nice to have you here. Hi, Sandra, thank you for tuning in. So that's the connection part, the C, right? Connect. The next part is the P, the problem part. What problem does this prospect actually have? You need to be able to identify the problems. You need to be able to understand the problems. Therefore, there's also different strategies you can implement into this, but the point is that you understand your audience, right? You need to understand your audience from day one, okay? People buy from people who understand their problems best. I'll say that again. I hope you will write this down somewhere. People buy from people who understand their problems best, okay? If you sell fitness packages to moms, okay, there's two coaches who sell fitness packages to moms, and they have the same content, they solve the same problem. For example, they help them lose 5 kilos in 6 weeks, right? Same transformation. The difference here, let's say same price as well, right? But coach number one really addresses their problems and pain points in all their marketing, really understands them on the sales calls and things like that, because they connected with them in the first place, because they've done their research, because they know the industry, because they know the problems, right? Versus coach number two may even have the better product, let's say that. The coach number two may even have the better product and the better price. Still, people go and buy from that person who understands their problems best. If that makes sense. Let me know in the chat below if that makes sense, or if you've got any questions about that. I'll go back later and reply, or if I see them popping up on my phone, I will reply now. Okay, for the replayers, pop your questions down below. Any questions you have about the CPC method, connect, problem, convert. Okay, so we talked about connecting. We talked about attracting people to you so that people want to be contacted by you, so that people say, hey, Tina, please call me. Hey, Tina, please chat with me. Hey, Tina, I want your free resource. Hey, Tina, I want to join your program, things like that, okay? We want to attract them. We want to connect with them versus doing cold outreach, versus being sleazy in the DMs, versus all the things which feel like really icky. So you want to make this a smooth journey, and you just really genuinely really want to connect with people, right? People buy from people who they know, like, trust, and relate to, okay? Someone says that definitely makes sense. Kelly, yes, awesome. That's great. So connect, problem, understand your problems, identify the problems, okay? So if a mom has these kind of problems and you already know them, but you still get to connect, you still want to have an individual chat with that person and figure out where is she at in her journey, right? For me, course creators, coaches, where are you at in your journey? Are you just starting out? Are you looking to find your course idea? Do you have already a course created? Or are you looking to scale? Are you looking to turn it into high ticket and so on? I need to ask these questions, right? In order to understand where you're at in your journey. So what's the next problem? Does that make sense? I want to dive a little bit deeper more into the problem section before we move on to the convert section, okay? So in the meantime, let me know in the chat below, are you just starting out? Do you have your course or coaching idea or not yet? Let me know, yes or no. I have an idea, I don't have an idea. Let me know in the chat below as well. If you have already a program, I have a program, I don't have a program. Also, let me know in the chat below if you have a high ticket program or if you have a low ticket program. Just to clarify the terms, low ticket program is anything below $2,000 and high ticket is anything above $2,000. The sky is the limit. you know, 5, 6, 7, 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K, 550K. High ticket is anything above that, okay? Someone says, I have an idea. Awesome. Good. Great. Right. So now, since we chatted and now I understand you have an idea, we move on to the third part, which is the conversion part. CPC, connect, problem, convert. Now I don't need to convert you into selling, how to sell a high ticket, how to turn your low ticket into a high ticket offer, right? Because that's not of your interest right now, because right now you have the idea and that's it. Right now, it would be appropriate for me to have a chat with you and teach you how to validate the idea in the market, right? How to find out if there is demand on the market, if people actually have that problem you're looking to, if people have that problem you're looking to solve. Does that make sense? You couldn't care less on if I would pitch you something about how to get $2 million a year, because you just have the idea right now. You're at the very beginner stages. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Just trying to demonstrate the difference between avatars. You need to identify their problems. So the problems someone has who has an idea are very different to someone who is looking to scale to 7 figures, because that person has very different problems, right? So someone who's having the idea is not thinking about building a team, for example, right? Someone who is having the idea is worried about how can I make my first sale? Where do I find the audience? How do I talk to my audience? What if I don't have any social media following? Things like that. Okay, that's the problems someone at the beginning stages has. Versus someone who's looking to scale to 7 figures is thinking about, oh, well, how do I find my next team member? Where do I hire people? How do I know there's the right people to hire? How do I run the Facebook ads? Things like that, right? As you all know, I don't encourage anyone to run Facebook ads or any kind of ads unless you are at a minimum of 10K per month, okay? Just so you know, in case you didn't. Because there's so much to figure out at the beginning. There's a reason why you're not at 10K months now. There's so many foundational things are probably missing on the wrong place in your business and things like that, which need to be put in place first, and then we can move on to paid advertising, okay? So let me know if that makes sense so far. And we move into the conversion piece, which is so exciting. I really like it. So CPC, to remind you, connect, problem, convert. You need to connect in different channels. You need to master your communication. The P, the problem, figure out the problem, where people are at in what kind of stage, okay? And then the conversion piece. Now, according to what they said in the problem stage, what kind of problem they have, that's when you decide what type of thing you offer, okay? By conversion, it doesn't necessarily have to mean an exchange of money and value. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that that you pitch a sale immediately, right? It just means you should provide some sort of resource, paid or unpaid, it doesn't matter, which helps them to overcome this kind of problem, what they have right now, okay? For example, Kelly, she has an idea. So now I could say, hey, Kelly, I have a free resource which says 10 things to consider before you start your online course. Would you want this? Would you want to have a look at this? Okay. Kelly, let me know. So Kelly says then, yes, would love to have a look at that PDF. And then I sent the link, and then she will opt in through that link, for example. This is one conversion strategy out of many, many I teach, right? But again, it depends on where the people are at in the journey. And then from there, the rest follows just by automation, right? Anything else is just automated. The whole process is automated. So the main problems we are solving in our programs, for example, is we build a strong foundation, okay, and build delivery confidence. Number 2, we figure out leads and marketing, how to find leads and how to market ourselves. And number 3, we implement tech and automation in order to let software do the rest, so we can actually enjoy the fruits of our labor, focus on our work, which is then coaching, right? And then go off and have some fun with our friends and family, right? So you're buying time back from automation. Anyway, besides the point, conversion doesn't necessarily mean exchange of money. It just means you convert them into whatever they need right now in their journey. For example, Kelly is a beginner, so I can offer a beginner's guide about 10 things to consider before you create your coaching package. And then once she downloads it, she gets nurtured into the sequences, email sequences, SMS sequences. She's also in my Facebook funnel, for example. And so I can continue the chat, right? Conversion means converting into something what is helping them right now. Paid or unpaid, doesn't matter. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat below. Okay. So conversion can also mean converting into a free challenge or a paid challenge you have happening live or evergreen, right? If someone wants to learn how to, then validate their idea, or how to figure out who's their ideal customer, their perfect customer, or if someone would like to know how to position themselves as an expert in their field, even though there's so much competition out there, how to really stand out. And if someone wants to learn how to map out their 5-figure launch, for example, then I have a paid resource, which is my challenge, right? So then I can offer this very low ticket. So this way, I am separating from freebie seekers from buyers. What you want to achieve with this conversion piece is you want to eventually convert people into buyers so that you can see they're actually serious people and they don't waste your time. There's so many freebie seekers out there who will never buy from you, and that's just fact, okay? So 50% of the people who come into your world will buy, the other 50% will never buy, okay? Now, from those 50% who come in and will eventually buy, 15 are ready to buy right now. And then the other 85% of those 50% are ready to buy in the next 90 days or more. So just that you get an understanding of the whole funnel, when people will actually buy and when are they ready to buy and things like that, if that makes sense, okay? That is the number for your ecosystem. Overall, in the entire world, 3% of any market is ready to buy at any point in time, okay? 3% of any market is ready to buy at any point of time. I want you to remember this, because maybe you are thinking, oh, I don't feel comfortable in turning my low ticket offer into high ticket, right? So that's your limitation. The only thing what is holding you back here is your mindset. Why? Because there's 3% of any market is ready to buy at any point in time, okay? What does that mean? That means you gather a piece of those 3%, hopefully fast. That's what that means, right? So I've got so many ideas right now. I'm thinking of creating a podcast, and it's just coming out of me, and I should just take loads of notes what I'm going to talk about. So I think that's one thing I will be talking about. Let me just write this down. 15%, and the lion metaphor. I love to talk about that too, maybe in another live. But back to the point, CPC method, conversion piece, right? So high ticket is also better for you because you can spend more time with your customers, and you can bring on other experts who can fill that gap of knowledge you don't have. Okay, charging high ticket is actually better for yourself and for your customers. Maybe that's a topic for another live as well. I just write it down as well. So yeah, to wrap this up, CPC method, connect, problem, convert. That's what all my business is built on. That's what I preach to my students. These are all the strategies I teach are built on this method, right? And yeah, let me know in the chat below if you want to have the PDF, which explains a bit more about that, if you want to have a chat about it. If you're looking to build your 6-figure business, 6+ figure business, multiple 6 figures per year. If you're just starting out, no worries, we can get you there actually in a year. I've done it within a year. You can certainly do that within a year too. And yeah, if that was helpful, let me know in the chat below. If you want to chat, let me know. Type me in the chat below, and I will reach out to you, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.